I guess it's quite amazing to see someone else do it, because I'm always getting nagged by my mom to become more organized and declutter my home, and I've moved so many countries and lived in so many different places that I've like collected so much over time and not sorted through it. So being at home right now has given me the ability to really take the time to do it, or force myself to do it, because we have a lot more time on our hands. I've got my chai.
Hello again. I'm still drinking my tea.
Yes, me too. I'm glad I made that recorder thing so we can actually sit and enjoy it. Are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah, it's so nice to learn how to do something that's really easy to do. Because I did think, oh God, I bet that's going to be really hard. But you explained it. You're a good teacher. You explained it very well. And
yes, thank you. I was just telling everyone, I just went on like a few minutes ago, I was telling everyone about how you're like the declutter guru, and how I've always had a mum who like forces me or makes me or nags me to declutter and organize myself, and I'm so terrible at it. So actually coming from you just reiterates that more, and actually spending time right now at home. I've actually moved back to my parents in the last few weeks, and spending time here at a place where like I've accumulated so much stuff in my room and not ever gone through it has forced me to do that. And I thought it would be just interesting to talk to you about how you've seen people who join your question time at 10 o'clock. How has this time at home helped them or impacted them?
I think the reason I started these sessions actually every day at 10 o'clock was just because I knew that, I'm at home, I need a focus. I know how hard it is when people are in their homes and they can't leave. So it's to give people a bit of a focus, really, more than anything. And it's just, to spark some sort of, motivation in people to think, right, actually, even if I don't do it today, then by listening to her and thinking, actually, this is something I can do and I know I can tackle myself. And I think the way that I explain things and sometimes talk to people about it, it's just putting that seed of thought, isn't it, in people's brains to think, oh, actually, I could probably go and tackle that myself. And most jobs, we all know we can do that. We all know we can do them ourselves. We all know that decluttering we can do ourselves. We know that we can organise ourselves. But for some people, it just naturally isn't in us. So for someone to be able to sit there and go, right, this is how you need to do it and this is what you do, it really helps people. It encourages them, because so often people just get lost, don't they? And they think, oh, I don't know.
Because it's the last thing you want. If you're not naturally one of those people who needs a super clean space to live in or doesn't mind having things stuffed everywhere, then it's the last thing you want to do. It's almost like, oh my God, that's like sorting through that is the hardest thing to even think about sometimes.
Absolutely. So absolutely, people don't want to. And I think the most common thing is people feel really, really overwhelmed with the thought of going and organising any type of room, bedroom, drawer. Even looking at a junk drawer for a lot of people is a real headache. They're like, oh God, I don't want to tackle that drawer. I don't want to tackle that cupboard. I don't want to look through my wardrobe. There's too much stuff. But if you just think, right, it's really important always to have the end goal in mind, and I talk about that all the time. You have to have a vision. You have to think, how do I want my wardrobe to look? If I was to walk into this bedroom, how do I want this bedroom to look? If I walk into this kitchen, what is my dream of this kitchen to look? What is the vision? Always have the end goal in mind before you start the process, because then you can work towards it and you can think, right, actually, you're right, I know this kitchen can be beautiful. How do I want it to look? And in my head, if I walk in, how can I achieve that? And then you just don't stop until you get to it. And that's the goal.
And when you actually speak to and advise and have clients who are natural hoarders, how do you change that mentality? Because I think that's really hard to change, especially like later on in life when you're a bit of a hoarder and you find it hard to let go.
I think a lot of people actually message me about this as well, especially with older parents or family members. A lot of people email me about their family members that are really struggling to get rid of stuff. Generally a lot of the older generation that don't want to get rid of things. And I get that because, as you know, I grew up in a house surrounded in chaos, surrounded in stuff, and people don't want to get rid of stuff. But what you need to encourage them to do is you need to almost show them physical pictures of befores and afters of things that I do, and show people, look, this is what you could achieve. You almost have to do something. And if it is a family member, the best way to do it is say, look, I'm just going to come around and help you for a little while. Or if they're really adamant to not wanting help, then there's not much you can do. But the best way to show people is show them visuals. Always show them visuals. Show them, oh my goodness, have you or make a story up. You know, I often tell people, just like, I've gone into houses where I pretended I'm a member of the family or a long lost friend or something, and you know, I've come in no uniform, and because people are like, I don't want anyone, I've just told them you're my friend from work coming to help me, because they don't want people to know that they've got any paid help or anything like that. So it's very important for people to just think, okay, this is just someone that's coming around to help us. I think the problem for a lot of people is the personal side of it. People don't like the idea of someone going through your stuff. And I think a lot of times people think, oh God, how do you rifle through people's drawers? Because you have to remember as well, I'm going into people's houses and seeing more than anyone that they know has ever seen. You know, most of your friends have never been inside your underwear drawer, have never been inside your wardrobe, have never been inside your kitchen drawers, you know? They've never seen the side of their houses that I see. And so what you have to remember, and what I remind people, is that, you know, I'm not looking at anything. It might seem like I'm coming into your house and going through your drawers. All I'm seeing is structure, organisation, how to make that drawer better. I'm not actually looking at the physical things in a personal way, you know. All I see is, if I'm looking for your underwear drawer, all I'm seeing is different colours and different fabrics and how I'm going to organise them, you know.
And how many, I mean, when you get feedback from people who you've helped and people whose houses you've been to, does the mental impact of like how they feel happier or just less stressed, or, you know, what's the kind of feedback you get on that? Because obviously it does dictate a lot of clutter in the mind, right? Like clutter in the house, it reflects a lot in the mind.
Oh, 100%. And every house I go to, you know, I don't think I've been in any houses where it hasn't been a positive outcome at the end. You know, there's no one that's rung me and said, can you come back and change it back to how it was? No, it's always a real positive difference. And it always, you know, for a lot of people, it's life-changing, you know, because it sounds really cheesy, like, oh my God, you're not changing people's lives. But actually, giving people back their space and giving people that, you know, that sense of freedom when they're walking around their house and knowing where everything is, that's huge for some people, you know, and it really does make a difference. What helps me relax? I don't know, I've just started watching Ozark, so I'm into a really, like, I like a good box set, I like a good ITV drama, I like a good murder mystery type thing, anything like that. So I do like a bit of nice TV to unwind to, but other than that, don't really, you know, we all sit on the sofa together and watch something that we can watch together. You know, my little one never sleeps, so she's up with us most of the time. So, you know, we don't get much time to relax and do anything when we do. But actually, the last few nights has been just really lovely, actually, because all three of us have been out in the garden all day doing jobs, and then we've been having these barbecues. The weather's been great, so it's been lovely because my husband works away a lot. So actually, to have him at home for all this time has been really nice, because not only is my house getting finished, but, you know, we're spending all this lovely time together. And, you know, we've just got a basketball hoop, so that has been so much fun.